นะโมบังสือทิฏฐมณีปังนะโมบังสือทิฏฐมณีปังนะโมบังสือทิฏฐมณีปัง This evening we're taking a break from study to maybe get out some thoughts that are inside my mind that are stopping me, postponing me, taking some of my energy away from being able to commit to my studies because of these thoughts that are inside my head. They came from this morning. This morning we had a conversation, we had a dhamma talk this morning about two words in Pali. They were called hiri and ottappa. Hiri meaning shamelessness, or a loss of shame, a loss of moral virtue. Ottappa meaning the fear of being blameworthy, the fear of having the blame of doing something wrong, doing something that you're not supposed to, hang over the top of your head, fall on the top of you, and being the epitome of scandals, abuse, wrongdoing, etc. It made me think to myself, you better stop dreaming. You better wake up, you better stop dreaming. It's nice to have a dream, but the dream is not real. The dreams just give you an image. But if you're not in control of your dreams, they will take control of you, and they will end up taking all of your energy and effort, moving them into the path of delusion, which will hinder your process for committing to the dhamma, committing to better practice, applying wisdom, being wise, moral virtue. It will take all of that and derail it. It will take all of that and push it somewhere else. What do I mean by dream? The dream is thinking about doing something of virtuous actions, speech, and thought. The dream of a utopian society where people do good. The dream of doing good, being good, and acting good. That is not enough in today's society. That is not enough for yourself just to dream about good things. You tell me what that does to you if you only have a dream about doing what is right. Only have a dream about thinking what is right and what is wrong. If you are constantly thinking and envisioning what is good, what is morally wholesome, but you don't act upon it, what it is going to do is turn into doubt later. You've been thinking about it for so long, you've been seeing it in your mind for so long, but you haven't acted upon it, it turns into doubt. It turns into resentment. It turns into criticism. So now do you see how only having a thought of goodness and purity, only in thought, without action, without speech, without the proper energy and effort to make it come about. Now, do you see how dangerous it becomes? It becomes burdensome. When you picked up the idea, it was lightweight, like a bag that was empty, like a backpack that had nothing in it. But because you never tried in your life to apply change, to apply goodness, now it becomes a heavy weight on your shoulders. Missed opportunities, criticisms about others doing it and why you couldn't. Missed opportunities that led to resentment towards people who do, but you didn't, when you had the chance. If you're not going to actively do good, stay out of the way of people who are. You have to do something to change this level of comfort. This level of comfort that you live in, to where it makes you feel that you don't need to do anything different than your routine. Your routine is what is poisoning you. Your everyday exercises is what is poisoning you. If you do something every day, but you do not apply, implement, you do not supplement that with good nature, pure heart awareness, virtuous acts of merit and good deeds, it will turn and bite you. It will turn on you. Because that is the nature of man. The nature of man is easily going to be content, and the human nature likes to be in a source of comfort where change does not happen. Change is always happening, but man, in our minds, we want to forget that it doesn't. We want to forget that change happens. We always want to be comfortable. We want to know everything. We don't want to do too much. We don't want to think hard. We don't want to waste so much effort and energy. And I'm going to tell you now, it gets worse the older you get. The older you get, the less active you become. The more stubborn to change you become. Mentally, physically. Think about it. Think about what you're doing. When you do good, you feel good. When you do good, you think better. When you think better, you act better. You have to always try your best to do what? To continue to strive and elevate yourself in practice, in awareness, in building a better bank of wisdom, panya, to build a better understanding of how to apply our sila, our moral fortitude, our moral comfort, our moral bank of success in the Dharma. You have to grow. You have to continue to expand your mind in practice, in understanding the Dhamma. Applying the Dhamma. The Lord Buddha walked around North India for approximately around 45 years, they said, seeking enlightenment, being enlightened others. Testing his understanding of wisdom, practice, and applying the teachings of the Dhamma not only on himself, but he taught others how to see the truth for what it really was. He didn't sit there underneath the tree, become comfortable, ask for a pillow to lay down, and that was it. No. So what are we doing? Only thing we're doing is looking for a nice temple with a big room with an air conditioner with a nice comfortable bed. And don't talk to us and don't ask us to do nothing. Lord, behold, we ask him to do something that you're supposed to in the temple. No. And nowadays, when you go to the temple, especially inside the monkhood, especially inside the monastic order, the thing that you hear, the clamor that you hear the most is that temple that you went to before. How's the food? Don't go to that temple, the food's horrible. Don't go to this temple. Oh, the rooms are too small. There's no AC. They don't have a bed. So realistically, what you're looking for is a place to be comfortable so you can do nothing. You can't develop the practice. You can't develop yourself because you're too busy looking for somewhere to be comfortable. You're looking for a place where your ego can grow, but your development of wisdom, panya, sila, samadhi, can all go downhill. The development of your insight, the development of your concentration, the development of your mannerisms, they go unchecked, where you can just sit there, play video games, watch YouTube, sing karaoke, whatever it is you do. These are the things which are keeping you uncomfortable. Do you not see it? Those are the things in itself that are keeping you uncomfortable. Are the things that are outside the grasp of the Dhamma. The things that are outside the grasp of moral virtue. Why? Because they're temporary happiness. They're not true happiness. It tastes so sweet in the beginning, but in the long term, it is sour, it is bitter, and it makes you want more and more and more and more until you are lost. But the Dhamma itself, it tastes pretty sour. But in the long run, it becomes sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. This is another problem that we have with the existence in the body of a man, is that we're always looking for quick fixes to long-term problems. Quick fixes. We don't want to put the effort into doing things that are going to change and heal the problem. We want to do something that is just going to let us live comfortably with the issues that we have within inside of our own minds, within our own behaviors, within our own actions, within our own communities. It's easier just to put a Band-Aid over our problems instead of surgically removing them from our system. That does not work. That does not work. That does not work. The Lord Buddha, sat inside of his meditations, sat inside of his concentration, sat inside fighting his own self until he purged, he released all of his wrong thoughts, notions, speeches, and actions from his body. He purged himself from all of it until he became enlightened, until he knew the truth for what it was, until he knew the truth of all things. So why are we always trying to go somewhere to take a break? Why are we always trying to take a rest somewhere? There's too much of that. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired. Mad what? Why do we keep saying this to each other? It's like a mantra. Oh, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. It is funny because sometimes you meet others and the only time they get tired is when you're asking them or enjoining them and trying to get them to cooperate with you in doing acts of goodness, doing meritorious deeds, giving water, handing out food to the poor, meditating in the forest, doing walking meditation, go to chanting, just being good Buddhist practitioners together. They're always tired. But when it's time to do something mischievous, when it's time to do something that is unskillful, when it's time to do something that is come to do something that is no good, do something that we're not supposed to do, they have full energy. It's like you gave them 7 Red Bulls. Not only our friendship groups, but within ourselves. You just have to ask the question, what is going on and what do I expect to happen? I am so misguided by doing the wrong thing that now I am confused about how to seek happiness, see happiness, understand how temporary happiness is crippling me, how temporary happiness is crippling my ability to become a better representative of the Lord Buddha, representative of the Bodhisattva way, the representative of monk life, and how I represent my master, my temple, etc. And this is how Ottappa, or the fear of being blameworthy, has been on side of my mind since this morning, since this talk I gave this morning. Hiri, shamelessness, the loss of shame. Well, that's shameful. That is shameful, that I am so quick, that we are so quick, that others so quick to leave our life in the monastic order to be comfortable, which is pushing us away from the Lord Tathagata. I seek refuge in the Lord Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha from such thinking, and if these things persist within myself, persist within you, persist within our friendship group, may we realize and see the truth of the Dhamma and quickly, hastily turn our ways back to the Dhamma with sincerity, with devotion, and correct our affairs to elevate a better application of good karma and stay away from that which is pushing us towards the gates of a fiery hell of ignorance. With that being said, I'm going to take my rest for tonight. If there's anything I said that goes against the Lord Buddha, the Dhamma, or the Sangha, I am only a monk. I am not a scholar, nor a meditation master. I am just a Buddhist monk. If I said something that goes against the way and the path of the Lord Buddha, dump everything I said, refer back to the text. Namo Bang Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Amida Po, Amida Po, Amida Po.